Park Chan-wook, a South Korean filmmaker, made a film in 2003 that was so emotionally gutting, so well made, and so unsettling that it left viewers speechless and then unable to stop talking about it. The second movie in Park's vengeance trilogy, Oldboy, is still regarded as one of the most bold movies of the 21st century. We're going to assess it today as a film as well as a thriller. A middle-aged, ordinary man named Ode-soo is kidnapped and imprisoned in a private room for 15 years without any justification. Only a TV and dumplings fit through a slot in the door, and he has no communication with the outside world. Then he is released just as he was taken at random. He has 5 days to discover the reason. Park's use of confinement as psychology as well as plot is what makes this arrangement so powerful. The years of seclusion don't simply go by, they build up. Through montage, we see Ode-soo change, shadowboxing the walls, etching tally marks, and spiraling into obsession. He isn't quite human in the traditional sense by the time he is free. His anger and nerves are raw. His imprisonment has engineered him, and we can tell right away that this is not an accident. As the film progresses, viewers are left wondering why Ode-soo is being treated so cruelly before learning about his obscure, sinister past and how it contributed to Lee Soo-a's demise. The fight in the hallway is the scene that best exemplifies Oldboy's stunning visuals. In one continuous take, Ode-soo, exhausted and barely conscious, fights his way through a hallway filled with hired thugs. No edits were used to conceal stunt doubles, no slow motion effects, just ugly violence that is grinding and desperate. Through sheer anal perseverance, he outlasts the fight rather than wins it. Park argues that violence in action movies should have a price. It should feel awful and earned. The scene is both exhilarating and extremely unsettling, which is the perfect combination for a great film. Throughout the movie, cinematographer Chung Chun-hoon, who would go on to shoot Carol and It, makes excellent use of close architecture. Rooms have the feel of cells. The streets resemble labyrinths. The frame never really allows Ode-soo to breathe, even when he is technically free. The narrative is reinforced by the visual language. Freedom is a delusion, and what he is unaware of is the true prison. One of the best emotional and physical performances in world cinema is Choi Min-sik's portrayal of Ode-soo. What's more amazing is how he allows grief and rage to coexist in the same body. He is said to have eaten live octopus for this scene, a detail that has become legendary. In the conventional sense, Ode-soo is not a likable lead. He's petty, erratic, and occasionally hideous. More importantly though, Choi humanizes him. Next is Yoo Ji-tae's portrayal of Lee Woo-jin. He seems to fit a well-known stereotype, the flawless, all-knowing puppet master who speaks softly and manipulates every aspect of Ode-soo's life with almost supernatural accuracy. He is aware that he is the god of this tale. However, underneath all of that control lies a man who is still grieving, which is what makes Woo-jin truly devastating. His 15-year plan is a retaliation in the traditional sense. Devastation isn't the point. Making someone else feel the full impact of a loss that the world has just moved on from is about acknowledgement. Ode-soo's death is not what he wants. He wants him to comprehend. That difference is crucial. This is played with remarkable restraint by Yoo Ji-tae. Late in the movie, Woo-jin stands alone in the elevator after winning, and the mask briefly comes off. You don't see a monster in that moment. You see a boy who never got over losing his sister. Park gives the antagonist the most subtly tragic beat in the movie. Oldboy transforms from a revenge thriller into a truly tragic film because of that audacious and dangerous decision. In the story, both men are prisoned. There are simply no walls. At its core, Oldboy is a movie about the violence of secrets, how unsaid things can spiral out of control over decades. What is the value of past sins? It asks. What is the true cost to the person who fosters an obsession with vengeance? Controversially, the movie also deals with guilt. Odeshu is not an innocent man who was wrongfully imprisoned. He is a man who made a small, careless decision that had disastrous effects on another person. Does the punishment fit the crime? Is an uncomfortable question that the movie makes us consider. What's even more disturbing is whether the answer matters at all. Park declines to preach. After stating the facts, he takes a step back. The tragedy is terrible because it is simultaneously everyone's fault and nobody's fault. Is it a flawless movie? No. Some viewers find the main revelation too drastic to process emotionally, and its last act demands a lot of its audience. That's a valid answer. However, art is doing something right if it can still elicit that kind of response 20 years later.